Hello, friends. Today we are going to talk about a book that does not just teach history, but forces you to think deeply about one important question: who are we, as humans? How did we become so powerful, despite having one of the weakest bodies among animals? How did we come to rule the entire planet? In this video, we will learn the complete story of humankind, as told by Yuval Noah Harari in his famous book, Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind. So come on, friends. Let's sit in a time machine and travel back 70,000 years. Chapter 1, Our Ordinary Animal. About 70,000 years ago, many different kinds of humans lived on Earth. Neanderthals, Homo erectus, Denisovans, and us, Homo sapiens. But at that time, sapiens were nothing special. The truth is, we were weaker than lions, smaller than elephants, slower than wolves, and not even stronger than chimpanzees. We lived in constant fear in the forests. And most of the time, we were prey to other animals. So the question is, how did we become the rulers of the world? Chapter 2, The Cognitive Revolution. Around 70,000 years ago, something happened that changed everything. This is called the cognitive revolution. During this revolution, our brains learned to imagine things. We started creating stories. And most importantly, we learned to trust each other. The power of stories. Imagine you want to gather 100 people and convince them to hunt a lion together. If you only tell the truth, the lion is dangerous, but we are more in number. People will be scared. But if you tell a story, this lion is the enemy of our ancestors. If we don't kill it, the gods will be angry. Then people are ready to risk their lives. That is the power of stories. Chapter 3, Imaginary Things That Run the World. Harari says, the world is not ruled by truth, but by shared imagination. Today, the things we trust the most are actually imaginary. Money, nations, religion, laws, companies. A piece of paper called money has no value on its own. But because we all believe in it, it becomes powerful. The society that created the strongest shared stories became the most powerful society. Chapter 4, Humans vs Nature. After the cognitive revolution, sapiens didn't just dominate animals. They began to dominate nature itself. Forests were burned. Animals were killed. Many species were completely wiped out. The largest mass extinction in history was caused by humans. Harari asks, were we really progressing, or were we simply destroying? Chapter 5, Were they happier? A very deep question. Were ancient humans happier than us? They had no MS, no job stress, no social media pressure, but their lives were shorter. Diseases were common. There was no security. So are modern humans happy? Harari says, power has increased, but there is no evidence that happiness has. Lessons from Part 1. Keycap 1. True power comes from the mind, not the body. With the right thinking, even weak conditions can be changed. Keycap 2. Whoever controls the story, controls the world. If you don't write your own life story, society will write it for you. Keycap 3. Progress is not just moving forward. The real question is, are we becoming more human, or just machines? Chapter 6, The Biggest Mistake in History. About 12,000 years ago, humans lived as hunter-gatherers. Today here, tomorrow there. Fruits, roots, hunting. Less work, more time. Less stress, more freedom. Then humans thought, if we grow our own food, we will never run out of it. And this is how agriculture began. Harari's shocking truth. After farming, work increased 10 times. Bodies became weaker. Diseases increased. Inequality was born. Still, humans couldn't quit farming. Why? Because humans did not domesticate wheat. Wheat domesticated humans. Chapter 7, How Wheat Enslaved Humans. Before farming, humans existed before wheat. After farming, humans lived for wheat. Wake up early, work in the fields, worry about rain, Protect the crops. Wheat needed. Clean land, water, protection. And humans provided everything. Humans became servants instead of masters. Chapter 8. Population increased, life decreased. Farming made food stable, but life became harder. Yes, population increased, but individual life became more difficult, more diseased, more insecure. Harari says, agriculture made more humans, but not happier humans. Chapter 9. The birth of property and inequality. With farming came ownership of land, my land, your land, my grain, your grain. This led to rich vs poor, owner vs worker, powerful vs weak. Hunter societies were mostly equal. Agriculture laid the foundation of inequality. Chapter 10. The trap of the future. Humans started believing, we will suffer today, so tomorrow will be better. But tomorrow never arrived. Every generation sacrificed the present for a promised future, and humans got trapped in the future trap. Chapter 11. Women and patriarchy. Before farming, men and women were mostly equal. After farming, power equals land plus property. Men became dominant. Women were suppressed. Harari asks, is patriarchy natural or a social system? The answer, it is a system, not nature. Chapter 12. Stable life or permanent stress. Agriculture created villages, cities, civilizations, but also brought wars, famines, hunger for power. Humans became distant from nature, slaves of systems, and distant from themselves. Lessons. Keycap 1. Not every progress is real progress. Keycap 2. Don't lose today for tomorrow. Keycap 3. Question systems or become their slave. Chapter 13. The magic of money. Money is the most successful fiction ever created. Animals don't trust money. Only humans do. Money works not because it's paper, but because we believe in it. Money is a universal trust system. Chapter 14. Rich, poor, and greed. Money brought comfort, but also greed, inequality, and exploitation. Harari says, money is innocent, but it amplifies human greed. Chapter 15. What an empire. Empire formed when humans ruled other humans. Many people, one law, one power. Roman Empire, Mughal Empire, British Empire. Empire were violent, but they also created roads, laws, education, and languages. They were neither fully good nor fully bad. Chapter 16. The cultural mix. Empire fell, but their culture survived. History doesn't disappear. It only changes form. Chapter 17. Religion, the strongest glue. Religion united strangers, gave rules and meaning. But wars and hatred were caused by humans, not religion itself. Chapter 18. The rise of humanism. God moved out of the center. Humans moved in. Humanism was born. Democracy, human rights, freedom came from this idea. Chapter 19. I don't know. Science began when humans said, I don't know. Let's find out. Science demands proof, not belief. Chapter 20 to 32. Science, capitalism, AI, future. Science, power, and money combined. Capitalism grew. Machines replaced humans. Families weakened. Stress increased. AI, genetic engineering, and data are shaping the future. Humans want to become Homo Deus. Final message. Power without wisdom is dangerous. History gives no answers, only lessons. The biggest threat to Earth is not nature, but humans themselves. True progress is awareness. If humans understand their minds, their desires, and their limits, only then can they be true sapiens. Friends, we are the most powerful generation in history. The question is not what we can do. The real question is, what do we want to become? If humans become aware, the future can be heaven. If not, the same power will lead to destruction. The choice is ours. If the series made you think even a little, then its purpose is fulfilled. Thank you.